Amidst the rich and profound accounts of the scriptures, the life of Enoch stands out as a bright light, indicating a path of faith and close communion with God. His testimony echoes through time, teaching us invaluable lessons on how to live a life rooted in faith and devoted to the continuous pursuit of God. Here, we reflect on 7 powerful lessons that we can draw from the life of Enoch. First lesson: deep communion with God. Enoch is emblematically described as someone who always walked with God. This narrative encourages us to cultivate an intimate and constant relationship with God, seeking His presence daily and shaping our lives according to His teachings and desires. Communion with God is not an isolated event, but a continuous journey that transforms every aspect of our existence. Second lesson: moral uprightness. In addition to his communion with God, Enoch is described as a just man. His righteousness was not merely an expression of faith, but a manifestation of a life lived in harmony with divine precepts. He teaches us that true faith is demonstrated through a life of integrity and moral uprightness, where each action reflects the character of God. Third lesson: living faith actively. Enoch's faith was not passive. He was a man of action, living his faith in a palpable and compelling way. Enoch shows us that genuine faith is active, shaping our values, priorities, and the way we interact with the world around us. His life calls us to a faith that translates into actions, where our belief in God impacts every aspect of our lives. Fourth lesson: role of intercessor and prophet. The Epistle of Jude describes Enoch as a prophet who warned his people about the impending judgment. This teaches us the vital role of intercession and prophecy, calling us to be voices of truth and justice in our time, interceding for others and proclaiming the truths of God in a world that often strays from His ways. Fifth lesson: the hope of transcendence. The story of Enoch's transcendence, his direct rapture into the presence of God, is a powerful reminder of the divine promise of life beyond this earthly existence. His journey reminds us that, for those who are in Christ, death is not the end, but merely a transition to a more full and glorious existence in the presence of God. Sixth lesson: pleasing God as the ultimate goal. The book of Hebrews tells us that Enoch pleased God. This observation is profound, suggesting that the ultimate goal of our life should be to seek God's favor and approval above all things. He challenges us to live in a manner that pleases God, making His will and His pleasure our supreme priorities. Seventh lesson: enduring legacy of faith. Finally, the life of Enoch teaches us about the power of a legacy of faith. Even thousands of years later, his story continues to inspire and guide those who seek a deeper relationship with God. He shows us that a life lived in communion with God can have a lasting impact, resonating through generations and guiding others on their path to God. Thus, as we delve into the life of Enoch, we are inspired to live more intentionally and devotedly in our faith journey. Enoch's story is an invitation to each of us to live a life marked by deep communion with God, upright morality, active and vibrant faith, a role as intercessor and prophet, a hope of transcendence, an ardent desire to please God, and an enduring legacy of faith. His example points us to a path of righteousness and holiness, a road less traveled but leading to true fulfillment and encounter with the divine, on a journey that transcends time and space, pointing to the eternal promises that God has for those who sincerely love Him and seek His presence with all their heart.